Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video, and for this one it is Pinball Dreams, which was released by Digital Illusions in, I'm trying to remember, 91 or was it 92? Oh, I'll check that when I come to upload the thing. So, Digital Illusions, well, you may have gathered from that list there, they are Scandinavian or Nordic or something. I can't remember exactly where they're from. I don't know if they're Danish or Norwegian, maybe even Swedish, but they're from that part of Europe anyway. So, this is a game that I did have back in the day, because although I only had one pinball game for Commodore 64 itself, which was Slamball, which I reviewed a while back, I did like my pinball games. I used to like playing pinball down the arcades down here in Southend. So I saw this was available and saw that it had 4 pinball tables, which was not so much a rarity in those days as practically unheard of. I don't remember seeing any pinball games for the Commodore 64 that came with 4 tables. Usually it was just a 1. I mean, okay, there was a pinball construction kit, but it doesn't really count. Well, let's get a game underway, and I have a feeling this video is going to be a bit longer than planned. Oh, there we go, 1992 this was released. But yeah, simple games like pinball, I like to keep the videos relatively short, but I've got 4 tables to get through here, so this isn't going to be a short one. So anyway, let's get the first table underway then. This is Ignition. So this is a sci-fi space-based table. The tables themselves don't actually take very long to load. When the music fades, there you go, it's already loaded. Unfortunately, it does take a while for the decrunching. So although the table has actually loaded, you still can't do anything yet. You've got to wait for the decrunching to finish. There we go. So the game comes on 2 discs, but all of the tables are on the 2nd disc. So yeah, thankfully the game actually does use an external disc drive, which makes a fucking change with some of these games I've been playing that come on about, you know, 8 billion fucking discs, but only use 1 drive. Poxy fucking things. Anyway, well, let's get a game underway then. You can have up to 3 players. I'm sure actually you can have more than 3, but yeah, I think it said 3. Like I say, I did have this game back in the day, so and it does sound somewhat familiar. I must say I didn't play this a huge amount because I also had Pinball Fantasies, which I will be reviewing, and that is just much better. This game does have the ability to seriously frustrate you, just like fucking Pinball FX2. So anyway, the controls are staggeringly simple, as you would expect. So it's the 2 shift keys for the left and right paddles. It's the down arrow to launch the ball into the table, as you are pulling back on the like plunger. And if you want to nudge the table, providing you don't do it too often, that's the spacebar, and that is it. So, well, let's have a look at the layout then of this table. Like all of the tables in Pinball Dreams, it scrolls and the table is twice the height of the screen. Fuck off. Also, like all fucking pinball games, there is a staggering amount of luck involved when playing it. Now, I'm not saying it is pure luck, but I am saying that even if you are a fucking pinball playing genius, it is at best 50-50, 50% skill and 50% luck. And when a game requires that much fucking luck, because I mean I scored 654,000 that go, which is utter shite. And yet I know I can score 20 times that score. But I think I can score 100 times that score. Let's have another go then. So I'm only going to have 2 goes per table. But anyway, yes, when a game, you know, relies on so much fucking luck while playing it, it's difficult to enjoy it. You know, and this is coming from someone who likes pinball. And I did have this game back in the day. I had Slam Ball on the Commodore 64. I also had Pinball Fantasies on the Amiga, and I have Pinball FX2 and every fucking table you can buy for it on the PC. So yeah, I do like my pinball games, but yes, I do get fucking annoyed by the amount of sheer luck that you need, because you can quite easily play, you know, have one go and score about, you know, 200 million or something on this table, and then as you've just seen, your next go here, you barely make it past 500,000. So I mean, there are, you know, all sorts of features on here, but they're all pretty standard as far as pinball you know, features go. They're really sort of following the what was the archetypal sort of pinball layout for of the time. So I've lit all of the fuel lights. Now I have to actually try and launch, which is easier said than done. I'm trying to, that's it, right, get it down there, and that's not where I plan to launch it, but so anyway, I personally think this table is the best in the set, which is a bit of a pisser actually, that the best table of Pinball Dreams is the first one that first one that everybody who bought this loaded. So you, as soon as you start the game, or in the case of this review, as soon as you start the video, you've seen the best that the game has to offer, which means that the other 3 tables can only disappoint. That's not to say that the other 3 tables are shit. Well, one of them is definitely shit because of the layout. One of them I think is shit because I hate the subject matter. Yeah, you can't just completely disregard them for that reason. It's handy considering that was a bit of a fuck up. So I mean, you look here, I've scored over 3 million. It's... oh, fuck off! So as soon as I point out, oh look at me, I scored bloody fucking blah, yeah, that had to be the time when I would then fuck it up. And that was just ball 1. Alright, so ball 2, I've scored 4 million so far. So you watchers, these 2, I'll be lucky if I score, you know, like maybe about 1,000 each. Okay, I must admit this go is lasting an awful lot longer than oh fucking hell, well. Okay, so that's what I've got to do. I've got to start saying, oh yeah, this go is lasting longer than I thought, and then the ball will go straight fucking out. And unlike any actual pinball tables and the modern pinball simulators, if you want to call them simulators, This one does not have the relaunch, so if you launch the ball and it goes straight down the middle straight away, tough shit, that's ball lost. There's no, you know, launch again option. You can see the light there where it says launch again. Yeah, that's a feature that you have to activate. That is not going to, that does not, you know, appear straight away. Oh, yeah, you fucking piece of cunt. What's we do it at the name? There we go. So, 4,793,969. Yeah, not bad, I suppose. So that's ignition then. So, we'll quit back to the main screen. That high score is now saved to disk, as all high scores are. Right, so let's load up the next table then, which is Steel Wheel, and this is the worst table of the game. I am not a fan of this at all. And for some fucking weird reason, when I had this back in the day, one of my mates thought that this table was fucking superb. And they always wanted to play Pinball Dreams, and always wanted to play this fucking table. And I remember I finally asked them, why do you like this one? Because it's shit, it's the worst one in the game. And he said, I like the music. Yeah, the music in this table is utterly forgettable. Anyway, right, so the table's loaded. As you can see from the layout, it has all the same features of the last table. Indeed, all four tables all have pretty much the same features. It's just that the layout is changed slightly. So, right, off we go. We'll have, I may only have one go at this one, depends on how long I last. So, I mean, the physics on, well, all of the tables, the physics within the game is not fantastic, to be honest. There are places where the ball, its movement just doesn't look right. The flippers also, there is a very small delay when you press the key and when the flippers actually, actually move. That is also a bit of a pain in the arse. That takes some getting used to. So, I mean, the game's not infallible. My cat-like reflexes there. God. 487,000. Yeah, that's about right. So there you go. So I've now scored 1 million from doing that one thing. So this is already one of the best goes I've had on this for fucking ages. Because I did have a couple of warm-up goes with each table. Because fucking yeah, I was going to do anything about that. But yeah, anyway, I needed, reacquaint myself with how each table worked. Oh, I thought that was... Okay, it practically did just go straight fucking out. Well, there you go. So that's Steel Wheels, which has just pissed me royally the fuck off. So fuck off is precisely what that table can do. I fucking hate that one. So now we go on to table 3, which is Beatbox. Yes, this is the one where I fucking hate the content, because it's all about fucking hip hop and all that bullshit. Yeah. Okay. I'm one of those people who seriously thinks that rap has a letter missing from the start. It is a fucking pile of shit. People say that, the extreme metal that I like listening to is a load of noise. No, it isn't. This fucking shit, like, rap and all that bollocks, that's fucking noise. Right, okay, let's get this one underway. Part of the problems with this table, especially the layout, is that there's a large part of the table where you can't see anything really. I don't know where that goes when it disappears up that section there. Oh, fucking hell, I thought I'd fuck that up. Well, it sounds like I did something right there, but I'm not sure what. I must have done something right. I've already got over 1 million. Oh, okay. I was sure that was going straight out. That. Okay, I thought that was as well. Fucking hell, I'm riding my luck here with this one. So, well, I suppose let's get the the review underway. Graphically, I think, you know, yeah, the graphics are fine on all of the tables. They all have a very similar style, even with all the different actual content of each table. In terms of audio and the music isn't always great. So I think the music in Steel Wheels is pretty shit. But for the most part, the music is pretty good. Same goes with the music on the game's intro and on the game title page. Yeah, the table select page. Do you think I can actually hit something? No, clearly not. And then gameplay, well, I've already covered some aspects of it. The gameplay is like, you know, like a pinball table, so, you know, you can't exactly be surprised by that, but it does mean that it has the same issues, i.e. the tremendous amount of luck you have to rely on, which really does affect how much you like the game. I'm going to regret this, but I'll have one more go. So, you know, I mean, it's all it takes is for you to have like 2 or 3 goes where you are unlucky and you want to snap the disc. And I speak from experience with that. I didn't actually do it, but I wanted to on many occasions. There is also, as I've also mentioned before, the physics isn't quite right. There are times when the ball just doesn't behave right. It behaves like it's a fucking beach ball or something. It just doesn't have the movement. It doesn't feel like a metal ball or anything. I was sure that was going straight up. Like there, that just wasn't right. Let's try again. There we go. Oh no, too fucking hard now. Oh, fucking. I would also have preferred it if the tables were a bit larger and had more flippers rather than just the 2 main flippers at the bottom here. But when Pinball Fantasies came along, that fixed that, because the tables are bigger and there is more than just the the 2 end flippers. So yeah. Pinball Fantasies certainly built on the initial platform that this game started. Oh fuck me, I thought that was going out. why is it always the case that I start a second game thinking it's going to be a lot shorter than the first, and it ends up being a lot longer than the first? I think I'm only on the first ball still, and this goes already lasting longer than my entire fucking, you know, first go. I mean, I've scored nearly 3 million. Oh, surely if I was going to do anything that's going to result in the ball going straight out, it's saying that. There we go. Right on fucking cue. So the other two will now go straight fucking out. Oh fuck me, this video is going to go on for a fucking age. Yes, of course. Not hard enough up there. Oh, I thought that was going out. Are you? Oh, fucking yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. So alright, now that's fucking beatbox done. Sure. Oh fucking hell, I've got another fucking ball 3. I thought that was game over. Right, okay. I must admit, the music on this table is not as bad as I thought it was. I remember it being absolute shite. Maybe it's because maybe I'm getting it mixed up with one that was in Pinball Fantasies. That looks okay. Oh. Alright, there you go. So the bonus has now been doubled. Oh fucking hell, and then it goes straight out. Well, that definitely is game over. 4.2 million. Frankly, I did fucking well to get that. Alright, so we'll quit that one then. And on to the final table. This is Nightmare, when the table decides to, or the main menu loads up. Here we go. So F4 for this one. Now when I had my practice goes, this was the table I really wanted to try, and then once it loaded I realised that again I was getting this mixed up with Pinball Fantasies, because there's a sort of ghostly haunted house table in Pinball Fantasies, but it is not this one. So there we go, again it's all the very same presentation as you would expect. So I'll get a game underway. This is probably the most difficult table after Steel Wheels. This one is quite unforgiving. So, how do I rate the game then? Well, like I say, there are some flaws with the physics of the ball, and well, I don't like the amount of luck that you have to rely on. But then that's an issue with every pinball game. The tables are smaller than I would like, and the only flippers are the two at the bottom. But despite all of these negatives, the game is actually okay. It's, you know, I certainly wouldn't say it's a bad pinball game, not at all. It is quite a good one. Unfortunately though, I got this and it wasn't very long afterwards. Oh fucking yeah, I had to nudge the table to get it to come back down again. That's another problem again with the physics on the ball not being quite right. But yes, when I got this, it wasn't long before I then got Pinball Fantasies, and yeah, that really did overshadow this one. This is, you know, an okay game, but Pinball Fantasies is quite a bit better. Fuck off. I mean, if you were a pinball fan in '92, that is where the game fucks you off. And on this table, it happens a lot because of where, well, I have one last go, because of where you launch the ball. So it only comes out that short way, and if it hits that middle set of targets at the right angle, there is fuck all you can do to stop it going straight out as soon as you launch the ball in. This is what I mean about this is the most unforgiving table of the lot. And it's possibly the most frustrating, and it would help if I pressed the right fucking key for the that flipper. So this is going to be by far the shortest go I've had of any table on this video. So I will score this, oh no, that's another point I was making. Yeah, back in the day, if you were a fan of pinball games, you certainly had good reason for buying this, because like I said near the start, most pinball games only came with one table back in the day. So 1992, suddenly along comes this game for the Amiga with 4 fucking tables in it, and they were, you know, not just piddly-ass little tables just on the one screen. These were big old scrolling tables. So yeah, pinball fans were extremely keen to get hold of this one. So that table has pissed me off, so we'll go back to the title page. So yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, it's not, you know, fantastic, but I mean, it's not dreadful either. For 92, there's a lot here. 4 tables is 4 times as many as you usually got back in the day. So yeah, I certainly wouldn't say it's shit. I wouldn't even say it's mediocre. It is an okay game. The problems with it stem largely from the problems that affect all pinball games. Too much luck needed, and it gets extremely frustrating. So I score this 6.5 out of 10. If you like your pinball games, you might want to give this a try until I review Pinball Fantasies, and then you'll forget all about this and play that instead. But anyway, that's for another time. So that is Pinball Dreams, 6.5 out of 10. That brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.